Lauren Wright is here, associate research scholar and lecturer in politics and public affairs, Princeton University. Boy, this has snowballed quickly and badly for Republicans.
And it will probably only get worse because more clinics and healthcare providers will be really confused about this, as will people trying to conceive. And so I think we're actually only at the beginning, Leland, and I know you previewed it last night, and you're absolutely right about the political implications. Huge, constant, going to be a 2024 issue.
Overwhelming support for IVF. This is a poll from December 12th, before anybody thought this was really going to be an issue. 86% support access to IVF. 78% of self-identified pro-life advocates support it. 83% of evangelical Christians. I mean, it is difficult to find something that 86% of Americans support, and Republicans have figured out how to be on the other side of it. How do they get out of this?
I mean, you're right. That's not even where the debate is. Should we have IVF? The debate is, should healthcare cover it? Should taxpayer-funded healthcare cover it? It's so far away from the norm. And so I'm very curious to see how former President Trump will answer these questions going forward, because for Nikki Haley, just for anyone listening to the soundbite that you played, why doesn't she agree with the court ruling if she thinks embryos are babies? These are questions Republicans have to be clear about. And ironically, Leland, Trump is probably in a better position to answer those questions because he's so ideologically inconsistent on so many things. So if he says, I don't think embryos are babies,
he used to be a Democrat,
this is a
right?
bad decision, no one would be surprised. Exactly.
Yeah, he used to be a Democrat. He shall we say, has been morally fluid on certain issues over time. I think what's fascinating is the coverage is getting from some very fair-minded people. I would include my colleague Dan Abrams in that from last night's show. Take a listen.
You bring up a really good point, which is this idea that freezing the embryos at all, right? If it's a child, then ought to be child abuse, right?
I mean, it's hard to say, and this is what is so concerning about the Alabama Supreme Court decision. When Dobbs opened the door to unsettling the law of reproductive decision-making as we know it.
All right, and we know that the media will just hang this around Republicans' neck like an anchor and ask every Republican about it, which doesn't work out well for Republicans. 2022 red states, Kansas defeated a anti-abortion or an anti-choice measure, a pro-life measure. Kentucky defeated, Montana defeated. All of these were red states that voted pro-choice. I'm wondering, why is it that abortion has now gone from something that was so motivating and such a good issue for Republicans to one that is now turned into be so terrible for Republicans and so great and now getting better for Democrats?
Well, because as we've talked about since the Dobbs decision, the energy is on the other side. Republicans had something to fight for. They were saying, should we really be doing late-term abortions? Do most people really agree with that? Is this viability standard actually reasonable when we look at modern medical standards?
Yeah.
Now the energy's on the Democrat side. They have something to fight for. And when people are asked about abortion, they answer it in a pro-choice fashion. And, the only hope Republicans have is there's all these other issues people care about.
So how does this change, though, right? Because all of a sudden, and part of this is framing, but a lot of part of it is just sort of fairness and covering the story. Suddenly, the situation has morphed from discussion about abortion, which is by definition not a discussion really anybody enjoys having. There's some on the fringes who do, but the center of America doesn't like having that conversation, to now having a conversation about something that, 1 in 6 American couples go through, which is fertility issues, and talking about how Republicans are now anti-fertility and anti-family because of the way these rulings are coming. I'm just thinking about the framing of this. If all of a sudden you have Republicans sort of deny, because of their actions, criminalizing or denying, because people are afraid of it being criminalized, access to IVF, there's no off-ramp to that. And this may be where we get to end the segment, but why are Republicans in Alabama not coming out and going, okay, somehow we went a little too far on this. We're going to find a way to make sure that people can get fertility treatments, stand by?
Well, maybe they will, but it's a religious issue. It was a religious justification by the Chief Justice. And that's where the issue gets really thorny for Republicans, because if you believe it's a life, then you believe it's a murder, no matter what. And that's always been the really, really difficult nature of these questions. But I don't think there's an off-ramp. That's why Nikki Haley had to very directly answer the question. I think it's only going to get worse for them.
Yeah, and look, and already now there's some legal challenges in Florida talking about looking at the Alabama decision. Lauren, always good to see you. Thank you. Coming up. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.